just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another DMP, and it is in the glorious Good Day Studios. Can I say the Good Day Studios? Is that officially what it is?
Well, it's also called Shane Keith Stadium.
I was going to say another betting agency stadium, and then I pulled it back, realising obviously we both have obligations.
Shane Keith Stadium or Good Day Studios.
Yeah. Good Day Studios official?
Yep.
Okay. We're here because guess what? Matty, in like his own selfish world, decided to go like on the calendar. What's the most important week of the year? Then he said, "All right, this week here is the most important week of the week, which is right now. I'm going to go away for that year." That's what he did.
Let's pick the week of basically the most amped moment of the season to date.
Yep.
And also off the back of one of the great coffee drops of all time. Let's just fucking skip town.
Yeah.
For what, a week?
Yeah.
And just leave my best friend, boss, and confidant to his own devices.
Yeah, and so he's just decided he's picked the most important week, which is great. And I know a lot of people are thinking, look, is he going away for a life, something that happens once in a lifetime, and it's very important for your partner and your family to visit? Yes, but does that supersede my life being inconvenienced? I don't think it does.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, exactly. What about fucking me?
What about Denon?
What about me?
You know what I mean? In the biggest week of his life.
Yeah.
Coffee drop week, semi-final week, and you just up and fucking leave.
Up and leave. Didn't even say see ya.
Can you fire someone for that?
Yeah, I was going to say, how does a manager of your ilk deal with, employees stepping out of line?
He'll be visiting HR when he gets back.
Yeah.
And HR being me.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And so when he says to you, like, because I imagine he approaches this situation with somewhat of a sheepish, hey, Denon, just wanted to flag something with you. Like, the most important part of the season? I got to go away. Like, how does he like crawl on all fours like a little doggy?
Well, look, I'm going to pretend that he only a few weeks asked, but he actually asked pretty much a year ago. So, but let's pretend it was a few weeks ago.
Let's pretend like he did it like 2 weeks ago.
It's like it's stronger for narrative if he asked 2 weeks ago.
Because like in reality,
10 days ago.
In his truth, like his version of events, it happened about 12 months ago before we knew when anything was launching.
Okay, right.
But in my version of events, or no, not in my version of events, but the impact and anger I feel, it happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, you know what? Like, that's reasonable.
But that's your truth.
It's my truth.
Yeah.
That's how much it's hurting me.
And who's to say that your truth's inaccurate, even though it is?
It just feels like he doesn't think.
Well, put it this way: if you're saying my truth isn't true, you're invalidating my feelings, and that's toxic.
And your lived experience.
Well, let's not forget lived experience.
No, I don't want to invalidate lived experience, and when my lived experience is invalidated, that's toxic.
Like, to imply that you can't get fucking pissed off irrationally is absurd.
And invalidating lived experience, which is toxic.
Yep.
Toxicity.
Some kind
That's
of
how we got here.
That's also gaslighting.
It is. Oh, it's fucking of the highest order.
Gaslighting, toxic, narcissistic, sociopathic.
Fuck, what else have we got? Do we say gaslighting? I feel like we might have said
We
that
said
already.
gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
Overstimulated.
Overstimulated,
That's a new one.
understimulated.
Not stimulated enough.
No, I can't say that. I can't say that either.
I'll tell you what gets you stimulated, though. Good day. That gets you stimulated.
It actually does get you stimulated. It's not an erectile improver or a libido enhancer of any sort.
It's not.
But if you are feeling better in and of yourself, if your nutritional health is taken care of, then you are giving yourself the best opportunity to fuck because you're just in the right mood.
Yeah. It's all mood-based.
Yeah.
That should be the slogan, best opportunity to fuck.
Best opportunity to fuck.
It's all mindset.
Yeah.
It's like it's like, playing games of rugby league.
Yeah.
You want to go in feeling incredible, but also being clear of mind and of spirit and of soul.
Yes.
And that's what Good Day does.
That's what Good Day does for you.
Yeah. Great windbreaker, by the way.
Yeah, that's just a side note. These aren't for sale.
They're not for sale. He's just wearing
Side note, not for sale. And also side note, very rare you can find cool, unique windbreakers for blokes.
That's right.
It's a great point.
It's a really
Although not for sale. What is for sale is Good Day. Bigwoodhealth.com.au.
Yep.
Dribblers or dribbler, 20% off.
And you know what isn't for sale is the mighty fight that you put up to beat Big Vitamin and be able to hand out Good Day on the weekend.
Yeah, no, that was a mighty fight and one that was listen,
Won.
We won it. We won the fuck out of that.
Big
We beat
Vitamin.
Big Vitamin. And I don't know whether Big Vitamin was snooping around the tent at any point trying to see us winning.
Yep. Well, listen, winners win.
Suspicions.
Winners win.
Yeah.
Secret shopper, you reckon?
I saw someone snooping about where he was just the way he was looking. And I was like, if I was Big Vitamin, how would I conduct myself? And it was like this guy.
He was wearing a lab coat.
He was exactly, and glasses and just like walking around. But no, listen, we bested him. And then not only did we do everything that we wanted to do, we did more. We were basically pegging hats onto the race courses they were running and just like fucking frisbeeing.
Frisbee skills are pretty good. I got to give you that.
Listen, they were very good. I'll also let you in a little secret, little fucking peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
I made tolerated out the bad ones because I thought it looked cooler if I just fucking hit all of them. So I was nailing it.
So that looks so it looked smooth, but you've
well,
got
in fairness, all of I hit 3.
He's
and
very image conscious.
I hit 3. Yeah, right. The guy who fucking takes his shirt off and fucking loses at boxing down on the beach. But
hang on a second.
Wait, what?
Let's delve deeper.
Remember when
into
I got papped?
And ever since then you've been image conscious.
Bullshit. What about the guy with my face? The whole Daily Telegraph article.
Exactly. And you fucking, that sent you in a spiral.
Bullshit.
You grew your hair out because of that.
I read the comments on here.
I grew your hair out.
To it. I pumped it up.
Fuck, these guys think I'm going bored. I'm going to grow my hair out.
Let's fucking go. Let's read the comments on this shit. Oh. Mate, I loved it.
Grew it out. Grew his hair out.
I did grow my hair out, though. Well, that was a prove a point. Now it's shaved again. Look at it.
I'm
back to my balding length.
That photo might be the greatest photo of all time.
Did you see the cunt running with the fucking face on his back?
I did.
I run for him. That's the caption on the back of the shirt.
You look like
made it sound like
a
he's
person
dead.
that was like dying.
Yeah, no, it did. It looked like I was.
You look like a person that had died.
Yeah,
and he's like taking donations for like to help your family or something.
And listen, it's maybe we should have set up a GoFundMe trying to get a little extra skriller out of it, but it was so out of the blue. Like I would have just thought like if you're doing that, you just sort of like let us know like, oh, keep an eye out for a funny shirt. This guy was almost. I feel like would have comfortably just run with that shirt on and had no fanfare around.
But isn't that beautiful?
But it's funnier that way.
That makes it
100% it is
because it's just popped up out of nowhere and just gone. Is that a random dude running for me right now?
And when he ran past us, he wasn't like, "Oi, check out the shirt." It was only as he sort of went away and we were like, "All right," and he's like, "Oh," and then it was fully just last minute, and I was like, "Tobler, chase that man down and get footage of that shit."
I tell you, I think I've already told you this story. It's even worse. It's actually worse than that, where I got totally bitched by a random dude. So I was walking into Magic Round, and have I told you this story already?
I don't remember.
Okay, so I'm walking into Magic Round and ran into some guys that obviously listen to the podcast and that. So I was, not obviously, but we're listening to the podcast. I said, "Hey boys, how you going?" Right. Anyway, so we're both walking into Magic Round, and I had made a rule with myself prior to this incident that, like for the years prior, when I saw someone in bloke kit, I wouldn't go up and say anything because I'd just be like, awkward. Maybe that, just I don't want to be that Derek. That's
I don't even want to assume they know who I am, even though they're literally wearing my merch.
Exactly. Anyway, but then so many times happened where I knew blokes would get uncomfortable because they wanted to say something, but they couldn't. So I would take that uncomfortableness out of it and I would just go up and say, "Hey, go on, mate, shake the hand. Yep, hey, go on, boom." And it was all good. Anyway, so we're walking with these dudes, a dude in OG bloke jersey, so like essentially the original. I was like, "Hey, mate, how you going?" Shook his hand. And he stared at me and goes, "Who the hell are you?" In front of people as well. And I was like, "What the hell? You're in a jersey and everything."
Did you go, "What the fuck are you wearing?"
Oh, man, I just was like rattled. I was like, "Oh, shit." I was like, "Oh, don't worry." I just kept walking. And he stood there just like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Did you explain who you were?
No, because that's even worse.
Yeah, I get it. But what the fuck's he... Now,
He must have got it from a friend, or also, like...
You look different to when you first...
Is this your skinny years?
Nah, relatively the same at this stage. I think that, like, we sell a lot of those jerseys. Like, I can see that being bought as a present for someone.
Who in the fuck is buying a jersey or a Hello Sport hat or for someone who has zero awareness of the fucking...
But those jerseys are pretty cool.
No, they are cool.
It might have been his partners.
It's not that they're not cool. It's more just like, I feel like the reason that people buy merch in and around our world is because they know the show, they want to connect with it.
That's fair. I think the fact that it says bloke on it though makes it like,
I
would buy something that says bloke on it for like my dad or something,
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
But anyway, got totally bitched by that dude, which was super embarrassing, and now it's put me in this weird spot of like never doing that again.
I can't trust anymore.
Yeah, I
can't
trust.
Did your hands go clammy?
Not really.
Like, did you have a physical response?
I felt like the anxiety. That's all.
Yeah.
Just that.
You just run away.
Just started sprinting.
Just sprint away.
Someone saw you running the other day.
Yeah, I know. I took a photo. Talk about getting an invasion of privacy.
Well, dude, that's the thing.
Safe space.
I want to. We train with Jeff Athletic. There's a limited amount of times we can, like, I go to him once, maybe twice a week. I need to, for my own well-being, train at a gym. But I'm like, dribblers are just fucking.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're ruthless.
They're ruthless. And, it's really, don't get me wrong, it's always appreciative when people come up and say
I
hi.
love it. But I just, I don't need me fucking,
put it this way.
shitting myself on a treadmill.
I'd rather the photo when I was shredded out of my mind looking good.
Yes.
So maybe I need to train like in a dark room whilst I look like shit and then appear to the public when I start looking good again.
Like a butterfly.
Like a butterfly. And
like a bloke-a-fly.
Dude, if I, a bloke-a-fly. If I could lock down into like a gym all by myself that would be my dream. I hate exercise in front of people.
Really?
Yeah.
What, like just lock in, sleep on the floor and shit?
Well, not for the rest of my life. I just mean when Josh would make me, dude, that whole Clavelli Clubber thing's probably why as well. But when Josh used to make me train down the beach, I'm like, again, my life is not getting recognised very often, but it's like they're around.
I mean, there's dribblers everywhere.
There's dribblers around, but
They'll get you at your lowest moment. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And they get you there when you just look like shit. And I'm like, dude, I think I need to just be in like a locked room to exercise until, as you said, I'm jacked out of my mind.
Yeah, then you'd be like, fuck, take a photo of me.
I'll be shirtless.
By the way, guys, if you didn't know, Grumpy Coffee.
Yes.
Boom.
Boom!
Boom. So this is what I've been working on for the last couple of years. Monday, the pre-orders went live, and then this coming Monday, like next Monday, it goes live all together. So you can pre-order now on grumpycoffee.com.au, or you can wait till Monday, and when everything goes live and grab it then, and obviously it'll be delivered out to you the next day or two. But yeah, this is Grumpy Coffee. It's a premium coffee. Our beans are from PNG, Colombia, and Brazil. We go direct to farm as well. So we're actually going to visit PNG, the farm that actually sends us our beans.
Can I hold?
Yes, this is actually for you boys.
Oh, thank you. Well, listen, and I don't want to make a point of it, but we did also support the boys and we ordered.
Oh, that's nice.
So
that is very
done it for
nice.
us. We felt like
I
that was
appreciate
right.
it. Actually, I think you guys got gift packs coming anyway, so you would be doubled
We're
up.
going to be coffeed out.
We'll be tripled up.
Yeah, we're doubled up. So we've got obviously the everyday, then we've got the very grumpy, and then we've got the
That's
decaf.
obviously like high caffeine.
It's just a darker roast.
Okay.
And then we've got the decaf as well, which is kind of grumpy. So
Good for
kinda
Cody.
grumpy.
Cody's a decaf
He's
guy.
a kind of grumpy guy. That's an everyday grumpy bloke. And then we've got very grumpy, and then we've also got another flavour that come out later. It's just, you know, when you hit the keyboard in frustration and all these different things come up.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what it is. So it's
Okay.
super angry. Grumpy.
Oh, fucking fuming. I love the design as well.
Yeah, fuming.
Yeah.
The design's really good.
And so yeah, that is it. That's what we've been working on.
I
literally
love the
for
little
2 years.
faces.
And on Monday, I'll go into more detail in regards to like the whole story of it all, how we put it all together. But let's just put it this way: it was inspired by my wife. The name of the company, of the business, and we've got a roastery up in Sunshine Coast. We built it over the last probably 12. Oh, way to go! Probably about 8 months. It's
How
taken
big
to build.
is a roastery?
Well, you don't need that much. It's not like a brewery. Well, it just depends. Like you can have mini breweries, whereas a roastery, our one is probably like 20 meters by 10 meters or something like that. It's just in an industrial.
Okay, right, yeah.
And so our co-founder, so basically what happened is I come up with the idea of it. So like a few years ago, my brother said to me, like, would you ever think about coffee? And I was like, I'm more of just a coffee drinker. I'm not like a connoisseur. Like I'm a pods man. And then eventually come up with the idea with a brand, and then approached our co-founder now, who's Mitch, and he's the guy that knows actually.
He's a coffee man.
He's the coffee man. He knows
need
how
a
to
coffee
roast
man.
it because he owns his own cafe. He teaches people how to make coffee. He also has rep for coffee brands. So like he's been in the industry for like 20, 30 years.
Yep.
Also, unfortunately, a West Tigers fan, so that sucks for him.
That's all right though.
Listen,
because you need a battler.
Well, you need someone who's prepared to scrap and toil in the face of adversity.
Also,
and,
I also know he'll never have to be like he'll always be working around finals time.
correct.
Yeah. And
When
you don't want a
need
Nepo kid, you know what I mean? That's all they've done is just like been handed shit.
Exactly.
You need a grafter.
You need a grinder.
So yeah, Mitch.
Pardon the pun.
So Mitch, he's the one that comes up with our blend. He's the one that has all the connections to get the beans across, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, very exciting, and it is a premium coffee. It is high quality. It's the best you can get, and can't wait. We offer a 14-day return policy. It's free shipping to celebrate launch. And also, every purchase, so the smaller purchases, you get 1 entry. The bigger purchases, you get more entries of the kilo beans to go on you and a mate to play golf at the Levels Golf Day with guys like Cherry Evans, Kalen Ponga, some of the biggest names in golf.
Tom and Eddie. Are you going to be there?
Yep.
Well, there you go. Tom and Eddie will be there. That's the biggest selling point.
Biggest name in golf.
Biggest name in golf. And so every purchase puts you in the draw for you and a mate. And if you are outside New South Wales, we will pay for your flights for that day. And it's also the week. It's the week of the grand final, I'm pretty sure.
October 3, I believe.
2 or 3, yes.
And we will also have a grumpy golf. One hole will be grumpy coffee that you can come say hi, that I'll be there. So every purchase, you go in the draw to go on a golf day with some of the biggest stars in the NRL.
Are you learning how to be like a barista? You know, you're going to be able to do do you know what it's called? The thing on the top.
Have you got your barista license?
No, not yet. I'm getting taught by Mitch.
Yeah,
I've got my pods license, which is just putting the pods in.
I've got that too.
Yeah. But no, Mitch is actually, he's the one that's going to teach us.
I think it's called a tiger mottle. The thing on the top of the coffee when they
as I said, I'm just a consumer.
You
just drink it.
You're not just a consumer now.
Well, as in like from the angle of coming in, I like the social part of coffees, but the actual making of it's kind of like beer. I don't know how to make beer.
No, that's a good point.
Shocking.
Yeah. I don't know how to make
That's actually
vitamins.
blowing me away. I don't know how to make a vitamin.
Or rosé.
Or rosé. Shocking.
More of a consumer kind of guy.
Yeah.
What do you cunts know about rosé? Nothing. I know what I like. I know how to drink it.
It tastes nice.
I know how to taste, and also I know the fun that I have when I do drink it.
Correct.
Good on you, mate.
Congrats.
I think that's great. And again, the branding's sick.
Thanks, bro.
Such a vibe.
Thanks, bro.
Look forward to...
So support your mate Denon, who just rolls out mountains of free content by just getting a little bit of coffee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Coffee. Grumpycoffee.com.au.
Love it.
But boys, your mate. Actually, you know what popped into my mind literally as I was driving it, and I don't know why it did. And this is going to sound super random, but you guys watched wrestling growing up a little bit.
He watched heaps of it.
Remember Rafiki? His signature move used to be Stinkface.
Just quickly, I believe that you're thinking of Rafiki from The Lion King, who was maybe the monkey, and I think
the old
Rafiki.
monkey.
Correct.
The wise one.
Holding Simba aloft. You are confusing him with Rikishi. Who did do the Stinkface, yes.
Now, he used to wear basically like a G-string.
Yeah.
Very when you look back on that.
Yeah.
Very
strange. There's a funny meme, like sort of template, and I've seen it just in relation to WWF wrestling, but it's probably, maybe even with UFC, but it's like, why does my mum always walk in when I'm watching wrestling at this point? And it's like, you're telling them, wrestling's really good, and then she walks in and it's Rikishi fucking Stinkface.
What's the Stinkface?
Where he'd get you in the turnbuckle, like in the corner of the ring, like you're slunked on the ground, and then he'd just come and rub his asshole in your face.
Oh my God.
That used to be his signature move, and it would knock blokes out.
He'd knock him out. And he'd rub his butthole all over.
In a G-banger, pretty much.
Yeah, like in a sumo wrestler G-banger.
Would he ever fart on people?
I mean, not audibly. But then there was another wrestler, X-Pac, who would do a similar thing where you're in the ring, but then he would come and basically fuck your face.
Just shove his meat into you.
Just fully meat
Think about like, a Stinkface. You actually have to have his ass on your face.
Yes.
Like and they'd all be like, whenever they got he'd do the Stinkface, they'd be like,
and would the crowd go wild?
They'd love it, dude. No, Stinkface was a great move.
Did he used to hit his ass? Like he'd turn around and be like,
yeah, it was like it was all, and it was.
So he'd spank himself.
It was Dimple City. Like this thing was.
He's a big thickie.
He's a big cellulite.
Big thickie.
And he's been wrestling, so he'd be sweaty ass.
Yeah, and pure, literally ass on face and nuzzled.
Yeah.
Oh, so right in there.
That's what I mean.
Your entire face is in there.
Right in there, and that's his finishing move.
Yeah. Is that sort of like a career death knell if you get Stinkface? Would you?
No, some of the greats got Stinkface.
Oh, some of the greats got Stinkface.
Yeah, I think some of the greats got Stinkface. There's a few of those weird.
Like Stone Cold got Stinkface.
I'm sure he would have had a moment.
I mean, he was a big deal.
Yeah, he was a big wrestler.
He was fighting all the big dogs.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure every big dog got Stinkface.
So this isn't minor league stuff.
No, we're talking about he was a huge star at the time. And as a kid, you'd be like, oh, gross, no, not the Stinkface.
Yeah. I actually bought the WWF game on my PlayStation at home.
Recently?
What, PS5?
PS5.
Wow.
they've made it too difficult. They've just made all these games too fucking...
Games are too hard now.
They've made them too nuanced, dude. Like, I have to be a fucking professional wrestler to understand how to... Like, what happened to, like, X is punch, kick is... like, circle is kick, fucking L2 is grapple, and then L2 and circle is grapple and throw. Like, let's just keep it easy. I don't know what the fuck it's like... Well, it's almost like to play now you need the cheats.
It's like with Tony Hawk. All you do is you go up and you just fucking button bash, and then when you just try and like switch out of it into a manual, and then you just keep going, and then you grind and you keep bashing, and then that's the way I want.
That's the way I was reared.
That's the way I want it.
The amount of games. So there's the UFC game, which again too difficult. WWF game too difficult. The cricket game too difficult.
Fight Night. Have you got Fight Night? Fight Night still getting around? Remember how good Fight Night was, dude?
Boxing?
The boxing game was
Fight Night when it came out was fucking elite.
I used to do the full career modes of that. That was actually sick.
Just quick, before I forget, guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to Chinnies, I hope I'm saying that correctly, in Cronulla that allowed us to film the Grumpy ad in their cafe at the end there. So big shout out to Chinnies Coffee in Cronulla. So beerchinnies.cronulla, that's how you follow them on social media. And also, obviously, a massive thank you to Fisher Harris and Leota for joining us with that. And Joel, the guy that also shot the ad with us as well. Just wanted to say
video was great.
Yeah.
Those boys were great.
They were so good. So good. And I'm actually wearing their merch, Bash Bro merch. Boom.
Oh, they got merch?
Yeah, 100%. I buy all this shit.
Damn.
They gave me this one, but I usually buy the other ones. But
I didn't know they had their own merch.
Go to Bash Bros on Instagram.
I saw that you tagged them on that. So
is this through Penrith, or is this just the two of them?
This is their own thing. Their own thing.
Jeez, I
Bash
mean,
Bros, boom.
Fuck, they're scary, bro.
Yeah, they are scary. It's a bit annoying they're fucking not going to be Bash Bros anymore. Like, what do you do there? What happens now?
Bash each other as well.
That's it. Right now you're bashing your bro as opposed to being the Bash Bros.
Well, so it still sort of works. Or we've got to change it to bashing your bro.
They got to bash each other on the merch now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they can't just be standing side by side.
They got to turn in.
They got to turn in.
Facing each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, Beer Chinnies, they were awesome. Also, Reborn Fitness allowed us to use Young over there, Mr. Young. He has a huge Reborn Fitness in Cronulla. Holy crap, it's big. It's got everything. It's got like hot and cold. It's got gyms. It's got a boxing room, everything. So Trav over there, he was awesome and let us use it. So a massive thank you to them for letting us use the content.
Did you just call him Mr. Young? Was he like your teacher at one point?
No, it's just a joke. It's just a joke.
Okay, I wasn't. It sounded
very formal.
Formal.
No, Mr. Young. It's just a piss take, mate.
Between mates.
Oh, so it was a PJ.
Yeah, it's a PJ. We're left out of it.
Yeah. Apologies, and also the audience. But yeah, Trav Young, he's a legend. He's an absolute legend. Got Reborn Fitness, which is like a full facility now, a full-on facility. As I said, it's got like hot and cold. It's got saunas. It's got like a boxing room with all those crazy lights and stuff like that. All the PT. It's got everything you need. Everything you need. That's in
back
the
to Stinkface quickly.
Yeah.
Did you ever Stinkface Will?
We probably would have stink-faced, but not bare asshole, because that was too punchy.
Speaking of that, being a bare asshole, so my older brother and my cousin, they always used to dare me to like, they would, I don't know why, but they would know when Dad would come in and check on us to like go to bed. Anyway, so one night my cousin and brother were over. We used to sleep in the same bedroom, and they'd be like, D to Moon to Brown Eye the door. And I was like, yo, fucking do it. Anyway, so I got up, Brown Eye the door, and as soon as it did, my dad opens the door, and I'm Brown Eyeing the door, and he's like, what the fuck? Oh, being the younger brother with like older brothers, you just get just treated like shit.
Yeah, well, you just get walked into situations.
Yeah,
like,
and also whenever you used to do wrestling, like you'd be like, I want to do the Stone Cold Stunner, and the brother would be like, yeah, just in a sec, and then you just get stoned. You'd be the one always getting stunned.
Yeah,
in a sec.
Always get stunned, or like they'd be playing on the Xbox or the Sega or whatever. And they'd be like, yeah, one more game. And then you'd be sitting there for like 5 hours. They wouldn't give you a game.
See, that's how he just would get super aggressive if it didn't go his way. Which was like, when we used to have boxing gloves and we used to do boxing fights. And he was just a sweet younger brother. And he was like, I don't really want to do it. And they'd be like, come on, it's fucking fun, let's do it. And then we'd box. And then I, being older, would be like, bashing him, and then he'd click and beat the fuck out of me. Or he'd just swing absolutely psycho. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like he were close enough in age, but I think if you're the younger brother, if you don't have the psycho element in you, then you're fucked. You're no hope. He fucking almost cut my ear off with a stick once. Slammed my head in the car door. You know, like you gotta be ready to go.
You gotta have a red line.
Yeah, you gotta be ready to go.
Once you cross the red line, you've got to be willing to just go all the way. Yeah. But yeah, Stinkface. Holy, was it Rikishi? Rikishi. Anyway, I don't know why that popped in my head.
A father to two current WWE wrestlers, the Uso brothers, I believe, right now. I think that's correct.
What?
Yeah.
He's their father?
Dude, he's part of like the Rock's family lineage.
Oh, is he part of the
bloodline?
the bloodline?
Well, as in like I think they're all related.
So where's the tribal chief sit in that?
Well, I'm not sure because again, I'm not too up to speed on current contemporary WWE, but.
So Rikishi, Tribal Chief, The Rock, the Uso brothers.
So Tribal Chief was like Roman Reigns or some shit. He's like The Rock's cousin. I think maybe Rikishi, another cousin. The Usos, progeny of Rikishi. We need to get a TV up.
Hey, I didn't know they were like related or whatever.
Has The Rock got a son?
No, 2 daughters. One daughter, I believe, wrestling in WWF, but I don't know who.
Have you seen how a weapon Brock Lesnar's daughter is?
Yeah.
She is going to be a superstar. Like a superstar. I think she does.
She looks like Brock, huh?
She looks exactly like him.
Yeah, but she is going to be like best in the world, whatever she does.
What? Like, is she gone into
super
MMA?
athletic? Super athletic. I think she's like
wrestling
at her university or whatever. She's like the state champion in her for shot put or something. Can you look up
Brock's daughter, Tobler?
She is going to be. I mean, just like him. I know he did wrestling or whatever, but he actually went into MMA and did okay. Like,
dude, he was world champion.
Yeah, like
so he did better than okay.
Yeah, way better than okay.
He beat the fucking legends.
But Brock Lesnar's daughter is going to be an absolute gun at whatever she does.
Yeah. So this year she became the NCAA indoor champion in the shot put.
Gun.
Yeah, so she's a shot putter as well.
But
she's just strong as fuck.
But what is good is like obviously women's sports growing, but you've got the yarn about the father. Do you know what I mean? Like she'll be very marketable.
You already know her.
Well, put it this way:
background.
A normal shot putter coming up. Let's say she becomes like an Olympic champ. We don't know the Olympic champion right now who the shot putting champ is. If she wins the Olympics, everyone will know who it is.
Everyone will
because
know.
She's marketable. It's Brock Lesnar's daughter. She's a gun.
Yes.
So, yeah, she's going to be absolutely killer. Speaking of shows, put on a show, did you watch UFC on the weekend?
Mate,
you were at the thing.
But I watched a bit of it when I got home, but I was drunk at the time, and so I sort of meandered in and out of it.
It looked
the
fucking
visuals
incredible.
of it, though,
Bro.
It looked fucking incredible.
The fights were terrible.
Yeah.
But this show was like...
It was. I was really blown away with how they did it. I was like, this is actually... way cooler than I could have imagined them actually.
I don't know how they go back. Like, obviously I do know how they go back, but seeing that, I want that every week.
I know. And we went to the Sphere. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's absolutely
that would have been the most
insane.
Overwhelmingly sick thing to be at.
Because you get the visuals, then you get the punch on.
Yes. And the punch-ons are broadcast on the visuals still as well. Like, they're up on the screen.
But then they've got these like cool images, and then they've got like that look like they had little boxes.
Dude, the ring girl outfits,
dressed in all different things. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Far out.
How they build drama, right? Like the UFC events in general build drama better than anyone else.
Yep.
Like it's insane how they just build on top of each other.
Did you see that apparently Sean O'Malley had a torn labrum? What? He hasn't come out and said it either, but that's like, what, is that in your shoulder?
Labrum, isn't that in your...
You're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah.
I know. I thought it was maybe your shoulder.
Yeah, it is in your shoulder.
So that's when your shoulder keeps popping out, I think, and like basically it holds the shoulder ball in.
Yeah, but it was just in terms of like you find that out after the fight. He didn't even say. He came out and was like fully fit, but then like it's coming.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the shoulder Rico that you get is it like staples that almost down because the labrum is what holds the shoulder ball in its socket.
Yeah, right.
I think it does.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's on like if you think of your shoulder outside, it's on the inside, closer to your body, holding in that AC joint. Yeah,
right. Ex-athlete. Gets it.
In saying that, I nearly said it was in my knee when you first said it.
He did.
But so the point is that environment looked like it built drama better than anything else. Like
So
it looked
good.
absolutely insane.
Imagine once people get used to like what it can do, some creative minds, what they're going to be able to think of.
Because they're not redlining it. They wouldn't even be. There wouldn't even be 5-10% of it, mate.
But yet you see what they did there, and you're like, this was out of the box in terms of creative. Like, it just back to what I mean. Like, when I thought about how they would use it, there was just nothing. It went beyond anything I thought they were going to do.
So crazy, and it's got to the point where I'm sitting there going, any big fight, I want it here.
Yeah.
Like any like world, and I know that the tickets were like $5,000 or some shit. I think tickets were genuinely like $5,000.
Yeah.
Like crazy amounts.
Yeah.
That would have been minimum, I reckon.
As a consumer, I'm kind of like, okay, let rich people go watch. I'm okay with being a peasant that can't afford it. Like, I'll watch on TV and
because it actually translated pretty good on
100%,
really well on TV.
Absolutely, and then in between each fight, they'd have like the history of Mexico since the start. Like, that's hectic.
That stuff was cool.
So good. PVL, we need something with NRL there.
An NRL sphere.
Yeah,
NRL, like where you got to cut the bill.
Imagine like No Limit doing a boxing card there, and it was just with leagueies, and it's just like the history of leaguey fights.
Or like it's just like
or the history of scandals.
Plumbers.
Scandals, yeah.
Scandals and
leaguey punch-ons.
Yeah.
You'd have John Hopewadi history there, just like him up in lights fingering someone's ass.
Oh my God.
Or like the story of the greatest plumber of all time that became a fighter or
The
something.
greatest plumber turned rugby league player back to plumber post-career.
Or just Gal's doco.
Yeah, Gal.
Yeah.
Just
Gal
Gal's
story.
doco on repeat.
Like in between the prelims and the main card is just the history of like poo-based
rugby league scandal.
Poo-based rugby league scandal.
Julian O'Neill shits in shoe. Nate Miles
Bubbler
shits in
documentary.
hallway. The Bubbler.
I mean, I'd watch it.
I'd
The
watch
problem is that we're now, because of the sphere, in this awkward transition period where it's like, well, that cost $1 billion. Is it replicatable?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we make these everywhere?
Can we make these everywhere?
One in every major
Is that
city.
realistic?
Not
Can we
really.
put one in Sydney? Highly
not.
unlikely.
And probably not worth, like, there's not enough to put on.
Nah, and you're not going to sell enough pay-per-views to make it worth it. But man, I loved it. I thought it was so good.
But I reckon, Dana, fuck T-Mobile off.
Well, apparently he's got some crazy long contract with T-Mobile, and the only reason why he was allowed to do it at the Sphere was because they gave that fight to Canelo on the same day. So Dana White was like, all right, fuck I'm going to the Sphere. I'm going to make it the most hectic fucking thing ever. And so that was part of the reason why they went so hard at it. It was competing with Canelo's.
It was slightly disappointing to see that it was O'Malley and Dolishvili as the
I was actually shocked. I was legitimately shocked by the
I think
card.
they tried, like, it just fell that they couldn't
get anyone else.
And also, again, it was done because just that weekend alone was the only weekend that they couldn't do it at T-Mobile. Because they have an agreement with T-Mobile, if they do it, it has to be at T-Mobile. And so the reason why it had to be on that weekend, because let's say they had gone, you know what, we'll wait 2 weeks and we'll put it on another weekend, then T-Mobile would have said, well,
what the fuck?
Legally, you're supposed to do it here. So this was only, so that's why I think it ended up with those two.
Because it's like, it's not, and that's not to like denigrate or shit on Marab or O'Malley, but you just like, for something like that, you'd almost just want to have fights that are as close to guaranteed knockouts.
Conor McGregor or like Poten or something like that. You want the guys that are going to guarantee something hectic. And it also explains why O'Malley couldn't pull out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Like, you're locked the fuck in,
Could
mate.
you imagine if he rang Dana 2 weeks before and said, I've torn me fucking labrum?
Yeah.
Well, you're fired.
Yeah.
But it's, when they went back to Madison Square Garden, or they didn't go back, there was the first fight there, they had Conor. And it was just these big moments you've got big fights.
Yes.
You know what's
Just felt
hilarious?
flat.
Every time, I don't know why, because I didn't actually watch it at the time, but every time I think of that Conor McGregor fight, I think of your YouTube video.
I
don't know if it's that one.
I don't know
the
if that's
Cowboy.
our
Our YouTube videos for Cowboy.
The Cowboy.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's for Cowboy.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just another one. Okay,
You
fair
sure?
enough.
No, the
No.
one where
Wasn't it like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Eddie
for
Alvarez?
Cowboy.
aren't we at the old burger house there?
We're at Street's place. We're all sitting on the couch.
Yes.
No, we're at Street's place, and I remember setting up all the cameras and shit. Street's place, and
It can't be Cowboy.
It was Cowboy, dude. Can you check it? Yeah, I remember putting the YouTube video up. Conor McGregor knocks out.
Yeah, it was
Cowboy's
Cowboy.
friend.
It was Cowboy, wow.
Cowboy
Really?
Connor.
Dude, that
What
was
year was that in?
2020.
2020. Just how funny,
January
like
2020.
how easy it was to clickbait a fuckload of YouTube views.
Just randomly. Just
It was just my it's our most viewed video, I would assume, on YouTube. Where I was just like, it was like Conor McGregor,
You just put their names in it.
huge names, Conor McGregor, Cowboy, knockout, reaction, like just all the
You
thing.
should start naming podcasts that, just randomly.
yeah. Conor McGregor, new interview. Conor McGregor says
It's
fucking
just a
something.
normal
fucked up.
episode with you boys.
It's just us. We should do that for one episode and just see how it goes.
And then just so it's not fully clickbait, you can pretend to ring Conor and be like, oh, damn, he didn't pick up.
Oh fuck no!
Or we can talk about him like we just did then.
Yes, exactly. Anyway,
Oh, that's so good. Boys, Schuster Your man signs with the Rabbitohs. How do you feel? And also the fact that you're paying for it.
Well, yeah. Look, I mean, you didn't need to add that bit. I think that was unnecessary. I'm happy for Josh.
Yeah.
First things
We're
first.
so happy you're paying him
First
for it.
things first, happy for Josh. Happy for Josh.
Well, your actions show that. You're paying for it.
I get that we're paying him, what,
250,000 a year for the next 4 years.
Not nothing. Not nothing.
No.
Obviously.
But nothing in the new salary cap era, Darren.
Well, actually, if you go on the new salary cap era, that's only about $2.
There you go. So it's actually
So
not
you're
too
pretty
bad.
good.
That's not too bad at all. But I will be a little.
If he kills it,
Is it bereaved or aggrieved? Should he go on and kill it?
yeah, which
I'll be
is
happy for him, but
most
I'll be
likely
upset.
because he'll be at a good club.
Well,
The Farnos kill it next year. Josh Schuster kills it next year. I'll start to get the shit.
yeah. And
I just will. And I won't be able to help it. But if anyone's going to get the best out of Josh, it's Wayne.
No,
It is Wayne. Basically, if Wayne can't do it,
no one can.
no one can.
literally no one can.
Like, it
Surely,
can't be done.
and surely Josh knows that. No one's going to touch him if Wayne.
no.
If Wayne can't, no one's going to touch him.
It's his last chance
Surely.
or chance, depending on where you're.
But yeah, I would just wanted to get your feelings on it. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Okay.
boys.
Well, what do you think about it?
Last chance, really. Last chance. Look, it's one of those weird ones where, you know, when was the last time Wayne worked his magic? You know, it's been a couple of years
On
now.
a player.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years now.
It's a good question.
And so, like, even Tavita coming this year hasn't been that good, and you know, it got a bit worse as the year went on.
Wayne's
So
got a couple of players he's got to be magic to.
that's what I mean. Like, it's a lot of magic he's got to work. He's got Trell. He's you know, like his whole team pretty much.
Trell, yeah, well, you're right, but he's certainly got Trell. He's got Schuster. Has he got the guy from England who's now playing reserve grade or whatever?
Yep, he's on allegedly a massive wicket, a relatively big wicket, and it hasn't been. He got dropped, I think, halfway through their Super League or something along those lines. A lot of magic, and you know, only so much magic you can give
There's
out.
really a limit, especially at his age.
Yep.
Like, you know, when you're a bit younger and a bit more virile, the amount of magic you can produce
Well,
in one load.
you can share more magic.
Well, but you can expunge a little bit more magic from your person in bursts. As it gets older, it gets a bit harder to do it. You might need a tablet or something,
Good day.
or a good day.
Or a good day. You run out of magic.
Yeah.
You get less magic to pass around
Yeah.
or to spray. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You just do.
You can't spray magic at that sort of.
Do you reckon to revive it, he should go into their first preseason video session and actually do magic trips, like pull a rabbit out of a hat and be like, I'm at the Rabbitohs.
Oh, okay. I don't mind that. So maybe actually doing some literal magic to just get them in the mood.
Just get the flow of magic going.
Yes. So what you need is to just get them open to the idea of magic.
Like, guys, this wasn't good last year. We need a bit of magic.
We need some magic.
Hasn't
this
he
trick
already
out.
gone in there barking?
He went in there and was like, "You're a bunch of soft cunts."
Well, maybe to make up, like now that they're like, oh shit, Wayne's angry, then also to ease the mood, he goes, here's a magic show.
Keep him on edge. Is he angry at me because he just pulled a rabbit out of the hat and now he's doing card tricks?
He pulls Schuster out of the hat and goes, boys, look, boom.
Would
Bang.
you be wigging if you were Josh, given he has had a history of undertraining? You know that if you go to the Rabbitohs,
Getting
which he's
towed
going, you and all your teammates after the performances this year, you're going to get fucking towed up.
Yep.
It's going to be probably the worst preseason of all time.
Still would love to do a preseason, not a full one, but like
You
a day.
keep saying that.
A
I keep
day.
Keep saying that, but I don't think I believe you.
But for the fucking, I don't know. But don't you think that would be
Dude,
funny?
we do 10 minutes on the assault bike and we're like, fuck this.
Yeah, no, I know
do
that.
14 days.
Huh?
Do 14 days.
Fuck 14 days. I
Well-
mean, one day. Give
Well,
me
that's
one
just a really
grueling
hard day. It's just a hard sesh. Like,
Yeah, well, I want a hard sesh at the fucking.
but the thing about preseasons, it's not like
It's
anyone
day
can-
after day after
Exactly.
day after
That's
day.
what makes it hard. It's like when you think that you can't go anymore, and you've got chafe that's fucking your balls nearly ground off. You got fucking your
Chafe,
blisters
yeah,
everywhere.
What about a week?
It's the reps.
Give us a week.
You're asking for a week.
But I can bail anytime. But that'd be
Oh,
shameful.
kids are sick.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
Steph's got the car.
Steph's got the car.
Yeah.
He's going to ring in Seabold and going, oh, sorry, I can't come in. Steph's got the car.
Steph's got the car. Well, that's
Imagine
not
if
a
an
problem.
NRL player rang his coach and said, oh, my missus got the car. Sorry, I can't
Nah,
make
but see,
training."
if you were to go like, if we had to do it for a week, but pulling out was shameful. So like, you can bail if you want, but you have to say, I'm a soft cock, get me out of here.
I'm
that'd
not
already
signing.
be
I'm
apparent.
not signing up. I'm happy to send Tom to film you doing it.
No, well, if you're not doing it, if you're too fucking pussy to have a crack.
I know for a fucking fact we'd sign up for a week. He'd be gone second day.
Right, but you're not even doing it. Because you're not even doing it. You're not even doing it.
I'm not doing it because I know what you do.
All right, so hold on. So you're not signing up because is that your excuse?
Because I know how you behave.
That's one of the great lads of shit of all time.
You both sign up to do it, and if you do what he thinks going to do, you get fined $5,000.
Sweet. We both have to do it though.
But if you pull out, you got to pay him $5,000.
Sweet.
And he gets to pull out at the same time.
No, but it's because then if he pulls out, it's the same thing.
No, but so let's say you say I'm out first, you pay him $5,000, and he gets to just go, all right, then I'm out too now, and I don't pay anything.
I don't give a fuck. I think it'd be fun content to do. Like, well, it wouldn't be fun content, but it'd be good content.
You'd go get fined $5,000.
Well, I'd listen. We'd probably come to some mutual understanding
We just got
about
seven.
the price.
We just got 7 full days laying around.
See, it's not me. He's
You're
talking
reverse
about.
psychologing it.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
We don't have 7 full days.
It doesn't have to be 7, mate. Like, there's ways to work around this
If you
thing.
don't do every day, then he's saying you've got to get the
Right,
weight.
but what it is, so let's say, okay, we don't have 7 full days.
One
Let's try
day,
and find
one
a
day would,
workaround
one
where
day
you
would
go,
be like whatever.
See, that's
Well,
the thing. It's
okay.
just, this man doesn't want to do it, and I'm trying to do it.
We obviously you wouldn't have to do the DMP because that would be like I could come down and just put shit on yous for that. So what podcast do you actually have to do in the week like that? You have to do it.
2 Hello
Monday
Sports.
and Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you just wouldn't do. You'd make sure that was sorted so you could do it. So you'd come in Monday, do your podcast, then go do the training, and then on Wednesday arvo do the other podcast, and then you're good. You don't train like 24 hours a day.
This is what had happened. I do every day because I'm a fucking beast, and he Kerr or fucking Evie and
Listen,
Zoe
it's
sick.
all good, but like, let the man speak for himself. He just keeps trying to fucking talk his way around it. And then I'm like, all right, I will do it. I'll cop a fine. Oh, I'm not going to do it. It's fine. It's all good. We won't do it. That's fine, buddy. Fuck you.
Look, I reckon the people should decide who is really not interested in doing this.
Because I'm acknowledging that I'm like fucking useless, right? Like I'm coming here
All I'm saying
talking
is-
about how shit I am.
All
and
I'm
that's why
saying is,
I
I
think
think it'd be funny watching the excuses roll in after the first couple of hours.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. It would be though, right?
Like
so
they
there's the
always
content.
do.
So that's
That's what I'm
fine.
saying. It's funny.
But
That's
that's
content.
fine. That's why you fucking put yourself in the environment where content can flourish as opposed to just going, nah.
Okay, I want to hear in the comments section, who do you think really, like deep down in their soul, doesn't actually want to do it? I'd love to hear that.
Yep.
Also,
Leave
make
your
sure to
comments.
subscribe to...
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe as well. And follow Hello Sport YouTube because you actually see this content one day.
You might.
Also, if you want, you can also
You'd
subscribe.
see
to
me
Bloke.
doing it. That's what you'd say.
Oh, that's
I did
great.
it, clearly not.
Um,
Clearly it'll never happen.
who's got more dog on him at like PT sessions?
Yeah, look, it's probably Ed. But then I've got
Is
it
that
in me.
due to lack of fitness, though, do you reckon?
Oh yeah, I'm unfit as fuck.
So if you reckon if you got
Lack of
fit, you'd
belief.
have dog in you?
He's
Mate,
got
I can get it. It's when I'm in a much fitter state. I'm all right.
Okay.
But I'm fucking useless now. Right now, I'm fucking dogless. There's no dog here.
The little cat inside.
No, you got to get me to a much more reasonable level of fitness and strength. Otherwise, you get me planking. If the goal's 2 minutes, I'll see you at 30 seconds.
Boys, Selwyn Cobbo and also Stags have not re-signed with the Broncos.
Nor Reece Walsh.
Nor Reece Walsh.
Payne
What do you
Haas
reckon?
wants out.
Payne Haas wants out, reportedly. That's what I'm hearing. Carrigan also potentially gone.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Are you hearing that?
No.
I haven't heard that one.
Okay, I haven't heard that one. Just the Payne Haas wants out.
I've heard Payne asked not happy.
Not happy?
Not happy
Okay.
with how things are going.
Have you heard that?
No, I haven't heard that. I just thought you were going
Tom's
to keep
heard
going
that.
on. You've heard Carrigan's gone.
No, Haas.
Haas is gone.
Have you heard Haas not happy?
Haven't heard Haas not happy.
You haven't?
But I'm willing to talk about it.
Are you
if want.
sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You haven't heard Haas not happy?
I've not heard it.
I've just heard that, but they're from
Okay.
wildly unreputable sources.
Oh, okay. So we're hearing Reece Walsh not happy.
Yeah.
Walsh,
Well, Reece Walsh, I think more the question to be asked there, Denon, and maybe a question you should start asking when you go for the club, why hasn't he re-signed?
It's a great question.
is a great question. I think that because Selwyn and Katoni haven't re-signed, it's hard to know what is on the books. That's going to affect how much money he gets.
So you think they're waiting to sign them before they sign him?
No, I think that they've got to weigh up. Okay, do we offer Katoni what he probably wants, which is I'd say probably around $700K a year, or do we offer Selwyn what he wants, which is probably maybe 800 a year? Or do we go, okay, well, we need to keep Reece, so we need to offer him 1.3 or 1.4? I personally think, and I know I'm a fan, so I just want what's best for the club, but if I'm speaking to Walsh or Reece, I'd be saying, like, mate, I know you probably could get 1.3, 1.4 on the open market, but, like, there's a lot of boys here that are taking pay cuts. I reckon around $1 million would be, in the new salary cap, not the old one, would be a good fair. It'd be obviously Reece taking a pay cut, but at the same time, Carrigan's already taken a pay cut. Haas has taken a pay cut. Ezra Mann's taken a pay cut. I think all of them have kind of got to like do that, which I think Reece will do because he is really close to Paddy. And I think with the Selwyn Katoni one, I think if I'm looking at the roster, the main focus with that money is to go, let's not put too much money into outside backs and look at what all the big dog clubs do, which is focus the money in our spine, and we need money to replace Reynolds. So let's not blow our load on outside backs and keep that money for someone that can replace Reynolds. So they definitely can't keep both, Selwyn or Katoni, and I don't think that they should break the bank with them either.
Can I ask a load-based question?
Load-based question, yes.
And blowing loads on outside backs. The outside back who I assume would attract a greater load blown on them would be Selwyn Cobbo.
Mm-hmm.
And Eddie and I were musing this on the Hello Sport podcast, whose studio you currently proudly sit in.
Good Day Studios?
Good Day Studios, Hello Sports Stadium, whatever the fuck we were calling
St.
it.
Keith's.
St. Keith's Stadium. Is Selwyn... Barflies, or maybe it's a real fly. Selwyn Cobbo... Is a Selwyn Cobbo-less Broncos that in the centres, a centres Selwyn Cobbo-less Broncos, does it change that much? Like, does it feel like he's better on the wing or at fullback? Like, that's when you get to see him fully blow the load he attracts?
Can blow.
Yeah, look, he's got a big load to blow. I'll give him that. I just think with Selwyn, like, he could probably get a $1.2 million contract at another club and play fullback because he's unbelievably talented. However, I just don't know whether this early in his career he's ready for the pressure that comes along. Because if you get signed for $1.2 million at another club, I mean, look at Nicho right now. He's not even on $1.2 million. Yeah. He's led his team to 2nd, 5th, and 4th.
Sack him.
And basically getting told he's getting dropped because they got pumped by Melbourne Storm, the NRL favourites that won the minor premiership 3 weeks before the fucking season ended.
Dude.
Like, honestly, there are some Cronulla fans that literally think get rid of him. Like, that's how much pressure is on a guy that gets paid at $1.2 million.
But if you're the Broncos, and you are the Broncos, but are you going probably you can keep Stags on less money than you're going to have to pay someone like Selwyn? It's like Selwyn's going.
Oh, Stags, I think will be asking for he's a established centre, was in relatively good form towards the end of the year. I think he'll still ask for a relatively fair wicket. Like, I don't think Selwyn's going to get $1 million. He was definitely not getting $1 million at the Broncos.
That's what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
But Stags won't get fucking $1 million anywhere else.
No, I don't think so. I think he'd be around the 700K mark.
Let's say if Selwyn Cobbo left the Broncos side as the centre, would much change? Like, are you losing a shitload? And again, I'm saying
I think it's the future.
Know.
I think
but I just mean immediately, in terms of the way your team is now and how it would be next year. Obviously, his ceiling is fucking humongous, and you want to keep him.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe not immediately. However, with signings like Selwyn, it is about this guy could be one of the best outside backs in the game. Yeah. So you just need to keep him on your books if you can. I think that it's a really tough one because Katoni also, he can be a little bit quiet sometimes, and some games he'll have 7 or 8 runs, and then some games have 16, 17 runs.
Hard to wrangle.
It's hard to, whereas you look at some other centres where they get through a lot more regular work, so you can measure how important they are much easier.
Yeah.
It just depends how much Selwyn wants. I think if they both ask for the same amount of money, I think they probably lean towards Selwyn more because he can play wing, fullback, and he's young.
Yeah. Dynamic.
Whereas Katoni is an out-and-out centre.
Do you think this is a money issue? Out-and-out money issue?
I think so. I mean, why wouldn't you want to keep both those boys? Katoni's he's a legend of a bloke. He wants to stay at the club.
Do they both want to stay at the club is the question.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's just about fitting everyone in the cap. I don't think there's no way they keep both.
Where could someone like Cobbo go?
Man, I mean, if you...
Fullback, money.
Fullback Cobbo.
Fullback Cobbo?
Fullback, fullback.
Raiders, as if he would, but I mean that. I'm just trying to.
That's the thing with someone.
Bulldogs.
I genuinely believe he still needs time to just develop as a player.
Young. What is he, 21?
22?
Yeah, 21, 22.
22.
And he's a relative, like you could tell he's a kid, like he's young still, like the way he plays and just consistency-wise.
Yep.
I think also it seems like a guy that does really like miss home and wants to be closer to home.
Yep.
Sydney, like moving down to Sydney, especially on a big wicket, as I said, like the pressure is like.
You could tell him what it's about, though, suckling at the teat of another state.
Look, yeah, going down as a marquee signing, not really.
Well,
not really.
You could show him the ropes.
No headlines either.
No.
But you're a marquee when you went to the Warriors.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is they thought I was, but I actually wasn't. Like, so they like, this fucking guy, worst signing ever, thinking that I was like a marquee signing. I was fucking on less than what I was on at the Broncos. I only signed to play first grade. But they just assumed I was because I was a biggish name at the time. But I was on
nice
90 grand a
highlights.
year. Marquee signing. Jesus, I wish I was on. I wish it was a fucking marquee signing.
But so where do you reckon he could go? Dogs?
See, I don't know if the
Eels?
Dogs. I don't know if the Dogs would have him. To be honest,
Well, Eels need a fullback.
No, they've signed Iongi from Penrith
But he'd be on
Panthers.
fucking
Yeah, but you're going to screw up your squad balance if you start going.
hard.
And also, they just got Lomax as well. I doubt they got enough money to get $1 million fullback and so on. I'm just trying to think. In regards to fullbacks, where could he go? I mean, Buller's been good at the Tigers, but, you got the Tigers there.
It's always the Tigers.
I know, that's why I
Every
didn't
time-
say it, because I was kind of like, it's so obvious
So
the
obvious.
fucking Tigers.
I'd
Who's
stick
got
with
shitloads of money to put a young kid at fullback?
Yeah. I mean, I'd stick with
Tigers.
Buller. I think he's played really well towards the end of the year. You've got Dragons, potentially.
Dragons.
Sharks.
They wouldn't have the money, would they?
Probably wouldn't. I'd assume they wouldn't have the money, but potentially Sharks. Well, Kennedy's had a bit of a quiet year.
Yeah. Is there a world where Nicho ever goes back to fullback at the Sharks?
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't understand this idea that everyone goes, oh, well, Atkinson's won a couple games and Trindle won a couple of games, therefore they're better in the halves than.
Mate, it's powerful stuff.
Hines has literally won a Dally M and led the team to 4 top 4 finishes essentially,
And he's a rep player.
And he's a rep player.
And you want Trindle and Atkinson.
Trindle and Atkinson. Atkinson won a game down in the Storm, and then they won one game together, but they've also lost games as well.
In a semi-final, in a packed stadium
Away
against the
in
Cowboys,
Melbourne.
essentially away. Well, I mean, this weekend, if they're
this
going
weekend,
to roll that side out, it's fucking incredible stuff.
I can't. Hines is the only person. He's been back for 3 games. The first game they lost to SJ Magic. The second game he pumped Manly.
Calm down.
And then the third game they got pumped by the Storm. Tell me a single Sharks player that played well in that game. No one did.
Do you think it's part like people see people piling on Nicho this year and they just go, I'm just going to follow the trend line?
I think that it's one of those things that it's easy to hate him because everyone loved him like a couple of years ago. And so as soon as a guy becomes a player that everyone loves, the groundswell becomes, oh, now I'm going to hate him because I'm sick of hearing about how good he is. People get angry like, oh, everyone thinks he's such a good bloke, he's shit, this, that, and the next thing. But
do you think that's fan-driven or media-driven? If the media just keep bashing away at the same line.
Well, I
like
think
the same thing with Cameron Smith. Everyone thinks he's a cunt because but that was all media-driven.
That was all media-driven. And that was all purely because he refused to just play ball. Like, they'd ask him
He wouldn't
for
give the
interviews.
goss.
Yeah, and he would just be like, no, I'm not interested. Like,
Which
I'm
is
here to play
bullshit.
footy.
Like, give
which
the
is
goss,
crazy.
bro. Give the goss.
Whereas I think the thing that works against Nicho is he's been the easy scapegoat for Origin the last couple of years. So there's all this anger at losing at Origin. Where do I want to take it out? I'm going to take it out on the guy that just got on and played centre. And so I think that hasn't worked in his favour. Like, even his Origin game this year, like, he had a man down, and people were angry at him, like, saying that he was terrible. Like, his kicking game wasn't great, but outside of that, he was all right.
Really should have been angry at the referee for fucking sending Suoliti off, which was bullshit, right?
That'll be argued to literally the end of time, I reckon. Suoliti had high.
That's probably where we've got to. That was the catalyst.
Yeah.
Because if Suoliti stays on the field, we win that game.
Nicho Hines.
Hines is
wins the
Nicho
series.
Hines then wins the series because we
Sharks
win the
win
second
finals
game. We win the second game in Melbourne,
Well,
obviously.
Remember how easy it used to be to hate Mitchell Moses? Like, he came in game 3.
Who, Mitch? I love Mitch. Always
I love
have.
Moses. Huge Mitch guys.
He came in game 3 that year where he's dominated us, and he actually played relatively well, but he's lost. So everyone was like, Mitchell Moses shit in Origin. He's shit. He used to be like so hated, Moses. He has a couple of games in Origin now. Everyone's like, he's a fucking hero.
And I'm willing to forget what Nathan Cleary's done as well if he delivers a series.
Listen, I'm willing to forget everything I've ever said about
Scrub the
Mitchell
records
Moses and just go Moses, the greatest New South Wales halfback of all time.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing about Nicho is it's like the fans are fickle.
They're so
People
fickle.
are petty. They see 0-7 in finals games in the last 7. And they see a 7 who's had a quiet game, and they go, "Fuck that cunt."
But usually,
It's outrageous, but that's what's happening.
The
Yeah,
media
100%.
is petty, but I would have expected
Fans are petty as.
Sorry, fans. I would have expected the media, whilst they can be petty, and they're like, maybe journos a bit more clickbaity, or your NRL 360s have to drum up a bit more hype. But like to have Brandy come out and be like he should be dropped, I was a bit more like I didn't expect
That was hectic.
that from
That was out
Brandy.
of, I was very surprised at that. Like, after one, like, this is the sport. Like, look at the Sharks team, look at the Melbourne side. Like, then, like, the Melbourne side is stacked compared to the Sharks side. The Sharks front row is Oregon Kafusi, Toby Rudolph. Like, then you look at their spine. It's Nicho Hines, Brayley, Will Kennedy, and Trindle versus Harry Grant, Pappenhausen, Munster, and Hughes. Like, they're on, like,
Yeah.
like to judge Hines and so much so that you're going to say he's going to be dropped after losing down in Melbourne to the best team in the competition this year. It's like, how quickly, like, that's one bad game when everyone played bad and you're going to drop him. I just don't understand.
It wasn't just Nicho.
Everyone played poorly. Everyone did.
Yeah.
And also, like, he's in finals. Like, granted, I get it. The 7 has to wear. He's the marquee player. I get all that. But he has played well in finals. They just haven't won. Like, they played well against the Roosters. He played well against the Roosters, and he played well against the Cowboys. It's just bizarre to me. Like, he won the Dally M 2 years ago, and then also he was in the top 10 for Dally M last year as well. And he's had like 8 to 10 weeks off, and he's truly one of the only players where we just go. Even before the final series started, they were already saying Nicho Hines needs to step up for the finals. Like,
But
what about all
everyone
these other
else that
players?
gets injured, they're like, "Oh, coming back from injury,
Yeah.
only 70%."
I reckon if he didn't fuck that kick for touch, which was pretty disgusting looking against the Storm.
For sure.
He basically shinned it.
But like, Kennedy dropped the first ball. Mulatalo had one of the worst games he's had all year. Like,
yes, but he shinned a football.
yeah, I mean, I agree. He played poor.
You just can't shin a football.
You can't be shinning footballs in finals footy,
doing it.
especially in
It's
finals
just-
footy.
Like, when Eddie and I could have made sure of that, you know what I mean? Like, when you look at that, when you really can look at something that an elite footballer doesn't do and go, I could have done that, and not be full of shit, which is like most of the time everyone's like, fuck, even I could do that. That's complete horseshit. But like, when you shin a ball and it doesn't go out,
To within an inch of its life.
to within an inch of its life, he almost broke his own shin. It leaves you open to criticism, be it right or wrong,
I
from
think it's,
those unqualified.
to be fair,
give
I
their
think it's
opinion.
right that he gets criticised for his performance in Melbourne. I'm not saying he played well at all. Like, I think that definitely be critical of his performance and also everyone else's performance in Melbourne. But I think, like, to say he should be dropped, I think that's a bit far for me.
It's a bit much.
It's a bit, and like, the only way Cronulla are going to push for a premiership in the next few years if Hines is somewhere in that spine.
Yeah.
Like, so let's go all the way and say Hines gets dropped, and heading into next year, you want to, and I'm not saying that Brandy's saying this, but let's just say there's fans out there that go, it should be Trindle, Atkinson in the halves. So you honestly are going to go into a season with Will Kennedy, Trindle, Atkinson, and Brayley as your spine, and you reckon you're going to do damage there? I don't think so.
Brandy, who said that, definitely.
I think Brandy might be more speaking of like form right now.
I'm just trolling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you would have to agree that you'd have to think that Nicho needs to be there.
Whether it's fullback, whether it's 6 or whatever, he's their best player. Like, at his best, he's their best player.
I wouldn't mind, just to be honest, wouldn't mind seeing him at fullback again.
Neither
just
would
for
I.
the fuck of it. Like,
Neither
just
would
see
I.
how
I
you
wouldn't
go.
hate that.
No, I agree with that. Like,
I'd love to see it, actually.
I personally right now think he's the best 7 at the club. But if they were to move in at fullback, I'd be like, I get it. Good, get him out of the pressure situation. Good running game. Atkinson can just lay the platform and then just get him a bit wider on the ruck, like for sure.
I'd like to see him at full flight.
At full flight.
fullback.
I mean,
As a fullback, and again, this is based on honest, and when I mean nothing, I genuinely mean it. But like as a fullback, he for some reason reminds me of like being a similar fullback to like Scott Drinkwater. Is that complete horse shit?
no, when he was at the Storm, he was tearing teams apart from fullback. So much so, Pappy was like questioned as to whether he should get his spot back.
But he's not like super fast.
Nah,
he?
just
You know what
beautiful ball
and,
playing.
And Drinky's not super fast. They just divine seed sort of territory.
Divine seed. Oh, yeah. Just beautiful nut. Beautiful nut. So, yeah, I just think that, like, I hope he kills it. I hope the Sharks win. I'm actually picking Cowboys, but I hope the Sharks win so that he can just get the monkey off his back and just go, all right, leave us alone.
We're all
If it
picking
wasn't
the
about Nicho and how I want him to succeed, I want the best for Nicho. Part of me, the world burn side, wants to see the Sharks lose.
Just with the extra
not just
headliner.
lose again. I want to see him get humped near to death.
Yeah.
Shark fin soup sort of stuff.
Well, it has been Sharks fin soup because they've only won one finals game since 2018. So even before he arrived at the club,
They were not good in
they
finals.
were not good in finals footy.
No, I know, but that's what makes it so beautiful, you know. And they're playing away.
Yeah.
And I'm just like I like the Cows now out of nowhere.
Out of absolutely
They are
nowhere.
fun. There's something
But I
fun
used
about them.
to. We
Mate,
were,
I hated him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, we were like, "How are you even?"
I
in the
actually
top
hated
eight?
him last week.
Yeah, yeah.
I hated him last week. I can't explain things.
Yeah, okay.
See, I am who I am. At least I'm honest about it.
You're
Yeah.
honest.
We're
You
just
know what I mean?
emotional guys. We go with how we
Super
feel. at the
emotional.
moment.
Super emotional. I flip and I flop. I flop and I flip. Unless it's matters of Manly. Everyone else, I'm flipping and I'm flopping.
Yeah.
You know?
How are you feeling about Manly this weekend? You're paying
Fucking
$2.34?
good about
Yeah,
Manly.
good dude. Yeah, really good. We're going to the game.
Like super confident.
What's that face for? What are you?
Mate, the Chooks are cool.
I just don't know like how much evidence you got from last week's game to say confidently that you.
Well, what? No, tell you what the evidence is, Denon. We hang tough.
Oh, okay.
We hang tough. We play tough.
Okay.
And even when our backs are against the wall and say maybe our forwards aren't playing well or bending the line or doing anything that slightly resembles dominance over their opposition, that we still find a way to win. And so now, after a lackadaisical performance, we then go in against Roosters going, okay, last week wasn't great.
Yep.
Now we aim the fuck up.
Well, it wasn't.
Oh.
But see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
We weren't good against the Dogs.
Yeah.
And we pull it out of the fire, Leon Edwards style.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
If you lose this week, is it like have you
Mate,
had
the season's over then.
if you had just as bad as
Is it?
yours?
Yep.
Hey,
If we lose this weekend,
Season's
I'm prepared
over.
to say the season.
I reckon you can still make it.
Nah.
I reckon
No
you can still
chance.
make it.
Our boys, our big boys, they didn't have the greatest week last week.
Okay.
I reckon they aimed the fuck up this week. Different story now. Different
Okay.
foundation laid.
Okay.
DCE, more time, more room to
Is
dance.
Tommy okay? Do you reckon? Do you reckon he,
Tommy's
Perfectly
not
fine.
Tommy's not 100%.
But he's pretty much fine.
He's close. He's pretty close to fine.
Probably about 98.
98? I reckon he's bloody. He's doing it tough. He's doing it tough.
Listen. Is he in pain? Is he in like objective human pain? Yes.
Literally writhing as he runs.
Yes. But
Is he wincing? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, he's wincing.
Structurally, are his shoulders any good? No. No.
In a normal working,
Does he look fit? No, he doesn't.
in a
But
normal
it's all
working
mental.
environment, would this be considered abuse to send him out?
Not for that money.
Because I think you're abusing him.
You think we're abusing him.
I think Manly's abusing Tommy.
So if you had two fucked AC joints basically ripped through completely, someone said
Great
we're gonna pay you fucking I don't know what his breakdown.
but he gets paid anyway. He's already gets that anyway.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
But he
what
tried to
about-
give half it back.
But what
Exactly.
about a kid, right, who's been given everything
Yeah.
by the Peninsula and by the game of rugby league
Yep.
and by the club,
Yep.
mighty Manly Warringah Seagulls, and he feels like he owes a debt to the club that could arguably never be repaid.
Wow.
That, you know, he might think that, right?
Yeah.
And he thinks that having missed a couple of games over the last few seasons through, you know, various injuries, that he owes it to his brothers in arms, to the club, to
Yeah.
the volunteers that have seen him through to this part, to his family,
Mm.
to his dad, to his parents,
to
Mel
his
and John.
lineage.
He looks like he's out there against his will, in my opinion.
Well, you don't think but
Against his will.
Yeah.
in the pursuit of greatness. I mean, obviously, maybe this is
You
why
don't get greatness.
Maybe
That's
this is
the
why
thing.
you never, you're not still playing rugby league, Denon. No, you're not playing Origin.
We know what Denon would do after 29 Ks in a marathon. Go, oh no, you're forcing me.
Yeah,
Forcing me to do
no,
it.
my knees hurt.
Forcing me.
I think that the carrot, the glorious carrot of a rugby league premiership that sits just so on the horizon. No, it's a serious carrot.
You know what? Rue called this week the fist bowl, because either team that wins is just going to get fisted by Storm or Penrith.
How dare he? How dare he? Listen, I mean, is there
seen our record against Storm?
We beat them this year already.
Yeah, okay.
And we beat Penrith this year.
Correct.
So I think they're all looking at us. Everyone's like, oh, I think the fucking Cowboys most likely team to do it outside the 8. I tell you which team they're worried about. It's Manly.
Manly.
We've lost it, mate. We beat
We've
Penrith.
got both State of Origin captains, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking
That's
about?
true. That's true.
No one seems to be paying attention to that. Stephen Crichton, Matty Johns calls him the greatest defensive centre he's ever seen in his life. You know who fucking put him on the gronk? Manly and Tolatau.
The great Brooks as well. With that
Luke Brooks.
play off the scrum.
The rescue dog.
As if that didn't get you barred up.
It did. I tell you what gets me barred up is West Tigers congratulating Luke Brooks for making the finals.
Yeah, dude, that's
hot.
It's really hot. We're
of stuff.
conflicted about it because obviously it's objectively a nice thing to do, but it's
cuck
also
stuff.
Do you reckon they're negging him a little bit for some reason? Just some weird...
No, because
they're
the
trying
final.
to bring
Did
him
you
back?
see the final sentence?
What was it?
So it was like because then they're going through about how good of a fucking bloke, like Luke Brooks, everything's really nice. Then at the end they go, he stayed loyal when no one else did, or some shit like that.
That's how it ends.
You know what? You know what it is? They're trying to let you know that sloppy seconds. They're saying, we already had him. We let him go. I reckon that's what they're trying to do. Sloppy seconds, yeah.
No, that's not
because
it.
the thing
no,
is,
because it's not sloppy seconds because it's in a finals context because they've never played.
They've never done that, and they acknowledged in the thing. They go, Luke played 211 games for us, and they were like, but he never played finals, and it's like, no. That's not how you word this because you're implying he never played finals. What actually happened was you never made the finals, meaning that this kid, this prodigious rugby league talent, the next Joey Johns they were calling him, was basically resigned and cast to a life of never playing finals football until he realised that the grass is actually greener.
Until he was rescued.
Fuck out.
Until he was rescued by
a family that really loved him.
See, I reckon it's like an ex that's angry that he's doing better in life, and they're trying to just get back into his life somehow by like liking a random photo or like just trying to insert themselves back into his life.
Listen, I tell you what they're trying to insert themselves into: finals football. It's like, hey guys, your season's over. With respect,
you can acknowledge. I think we can all acknowledge that it's on some level it's quite nice, but on the level, it's weird as shit. It's fucking weird stuff. The quote from Richardson.
Yeah.
Why does he need?
I don't understand.
What's he need to be consulted for? Why is he even quoted in this fucking shit show? Whose idea was it? Who wrote? It's weird.
It is so
it's
weird.
But what's funny is that the thing the Tigers just can't seem to take a trick. Like they just do things that are weird.
But like Sean Bloor left the club as well, and he's playing finals footy. There's no bloody congratulations.
Well,
Sean Bloor.
how many games did he play before? Like there was
but it's still like, okay, so unless you've played a lot of games, you only get a congratulation. It's
no,
very
listen,
strange.
it is. It's weird. And again, another comment I read, which was like, if the Storm were doing this to like a player that left or like a Cooper Cronk, it'd be like it'd seem classy. But when the Tigers do it, it just seems weird and cuckish. Like
I think
can't help it.
I think it's because the relationship was always so weird between the Tigers and Brooks.
And
it seemingly ended a bit weird. Didn't they lowball him or something? Like they tried to get rid of him a couple of times.
they gave him a barbecue. Yeah. Well, that was a man of the match, wasn't it?
No, that was him. Like thanks.
The farewell
for
present.
All
That's
the
right.
years.
Maybe we want the barbecue back.
Or they give him a matador or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not
a Weber.
No, a Weber.
Reach out, Weber.
Oh, that is so good. But
the moment I felt it, I felt sick. Like I felt a bit like I got like my tummy.
It's
You're associated now with West Tigers,
huh?
Because you're basically what they're saying is we developed him for you.
No, listen. What they're trying to do is
You've stolen his dead juniors.
Stolen valor, and it's just like, listen, guys, you couldn't get to the finals with him. He comes to us, and he comes and he not only makes finals, he's undefeated in finals.
Who do you think he remained loyal when others didn't? Who's that?
Woods.
Focused
Moses,
at in particular, do you
Tedesco.
think?
Okay.
Because it would have been written with people in mind.
100% it would. But the funny thing is that Richo wasn't even around when that disloyalty even happened. I'm like, why the fuck would you even add that in?
Moses and Tedesco, are they the
I reckon Mitchell
public enemy number 1 and 2?
The big four.
Because that's what happened. That's where it went down. It was Woods, the big four. Fuck.
Remember that?
Yeah, I know. Mitchell, Moses, Brooks, and Brooks.
Tedesco.
Tedesco. And I think that was that when. Wasn't when Ivan come, was it? No, Tedesco left before that.
I thought, we were talking about this the other day. Oh, Cody, could you come over? Well,
because didn't Ivan give him a deadline? And then they went.
So Ivan was there and he was like giving him a deadline of like when to sign if you don't sign by this time.
That pissed the boys off and they were like, all right. And that's when they bounced. I don't know about the Teddy. I think that was Moses maybe. But
Teddy had already said he was going to the Raiders, and then he backflipped, and then he stayed.
But that was in 2014, so that was like quite a few years before.
So this was 17 or something, wasn't it?
So then he comes back, stays a few years, then I think he left in 17.
What was the order of the Tigers, the big four leaving the Tigers?
It was Tedesco first.
Which was 17 when he left.
Yep.
Left 18 was when he first played for the Roosters.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other two left at the same time. I think Moses left because he left mid-season. He played like 10 games. I'm not saying 17.
Also, Moses left mid-season.
Yeah.
He jumped para. But like all that shit with Ivan, because they had contracts on the table for ages before that.
Yeah.
And they weren't signed. Similar to Uto Commander this year. And then Ivan got there and was like, you signing or not? And gave him a deadline and then all.
No, we're all going.
I think they wanted something in return. I think it was like maybe the coaching future. There was something going on there where they wanted to know. I just remember maybe speaking to Woodsy or something about it.
Did they write a press conference when Tedesco won the comp in 2018?
Like, congratulations.
Did
to
they do a
James Tedesco.
congratulations today?
Yeah, just wanted to congratulate you on your final series. And
Like, is this a
premierships.
thing or is this new what they've
But it
done?
must be new.
Oh, it's very new.
That was
no club's ever done it.
2017, 2018, arguably the worst years in rugby league for any club.
Is this just a media guy looking for shit to do on a Thursday or a Tuesday, whenever the fuck he was doing it?
I don't
Do you know what I mean? Like,
But it's the Richardson quote.
Yeah, that's
That's the
strange.
weird part.
yeah, true, because that's driven the
Loyal when
article.
others weren't. End of article.
Yeah, that was the last line of the
No
article.
way.
That's
Yes.
the end of the article, dude.
He showed loyalty when many didn't.
Yep. End of article. It's so hectic.
Bro, I
love
don't
it.
understand. That is so bizarre to me. That is so bizarre. Alrighty,
God,
boys.
it's a good game.
Let's get your tips. Obviously, you got the Sharkies paying $1.60 versus the Cowboys, $2.34, $7.50 down in Sydney. Who you got?
I like the Cowboys. I feel bad for the Sharks, but I like the Cowboys. They're just in a bit of a hot
I think the
streak.
Cows will win. I think they're hot right now.
They're hot right now.
I'm with you, boys. I think I want the Sharkies to win because I just want this negative chat around them to go away. They're such a battler side. I like them.
Listen, it could be nice if Nicho has a really, really good game, like he does. He has a Ponga game. Ponga for the Knights last week, but they still lose.
I wouldn't.
He still get blamed.
I wouldn't mind. Either I want the Cows to win. I think they will win, or I wouldn't mind Nicho having a great game. They win, and then everyone just fucking sucks
him
him from
alone.
the back again.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if he has the match winner? How many people? Oh man, I hope.
So many
still
people
reckon
start
people
going,
will-
"Told son."
Yeah, gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Alrighty, Roosters versus Manly.
Listen, I don't want to sound like I'm maybe a broken record. Like you expect what I'm going to say. Like you don't want to know. You don't want to become predictable. But I think Manly win and win well.
I genuinely think 13 plus Manly.
Do you really think that?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. Okay.
But you don't share the same sentiment?
I think Roosters win, but there is a world where Roosters are cooked. They
Well,
are
that's
chickens.
that's
They're
fence
chooks.
sitting of the highest order.
Denon,
That's not. I'm saying Roosters
get off
win.
the fence.
I'm
and
not on the
set your
fence.
Roosters
spirit
win, but there's a
free.
world where they don't.
No. Okay. Hang on a sec. I'm saying Roosters will win. But what I am saying is that they got pounded into the core of the earth against the Penrith Panthers.
Yep.
And if they come out and play like that, they're going to get pounded in the core of the earth. And what I'm expecting is they will bounce back. I'm expecting them not to play like that and bounce back. But they've proven me wrong so many times because I've been backing them for fucking premiership favourites for like 4 years now.
Is there a world though where
Manly
after what happened against Penrith, their spirit's broken. They know they can't win the comp now. They've seen how the big boys play.
Okay.
Hope's left the building. All right, they're missing troops, shitloads of them.
We still have hope.
We've got hope. We won last week. Hope is alive and well. We've also beaten Melbourne and Penrith this year. Look it up. Read a book. We've got our forwards who didn't play the best game who are going to aim the fuck up and start dominating. Do you reckon the thought of going up against Jared isn't going to get them toey and wet?
But it gets Jared toy too.
Jared's coming back, mate. You
He's
know what
4
I mean?
weeks
He's
off.
underdone.
Dude. He's 4 weeks off. He's underdone.
The chook's cooked.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
Have you been cooking a lot of chooks this week?
I've
had
eaten
chicken
chicken
every
every day.
Every day.
Yep.
And yesterday I had it twice.
Holy shit. Maybe that. Look, sorry, boys. I think the Roosters forward pack's too
I had
dominant.
chicken soup last night.
Did you really?
Chicken salad, then chicken soup, then we had a chicken. What did we have today? Chicken bowl.
I had a chicken schnitzel for dinner, and then I had a chicken bowl today. Chicken bowl Monday.
And I had chicken broth in it.
Okay.
Chicken bone broth.
Yeah.
So I'm eating all parts of the chook.
Okay, look, I respect that. I do respect it, but I just think
feel like
Roosters
you
forward pack's too much. I think they dominate your forward pack. I think if the Bulldogs could dominate your forward pack, I think the Roosters do.
That's disrespectful.
Wow.
Oh, do you want me to say Manly? Cause that'd be
you know what,
flip-flopping.
Denon? You know what,
Listen,
mate?
okay. Why don't you say this is Denon? I reckon the Roosters will win unless they play badly and then Manly will win.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
No, Roosters too dominant for you boys. Sorry,
Yeah, unless Manly
Unless
play
Manly
well.
play well.
but even if you play well, I still think their forwards are too good.
Unless Manly's forwards dominate their forwards. And Tommy's fucking...
Basically, I reckon like whoever plays best can win.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to stick with I reckon Roosters win.
Okay.
Yeah, Roosters
All right,
win.
sure. Go.
Yeah, whatever.
Sweet. Manly 13 plus.
Alrighty, make sure to grab your good day, like and subscribe. Grab your pre-order your Grumpy Coffee, grumpycoffee.com.au. Free delivery and also 14-day guarantee return policy. As usual, we'll go and fuck ourselves.
Ciao.
Thank you.